W's here. X, what? Can you do what? Wait, can you do what? Yeah. It's just a cute little baby trapezoid. Okay, so you should have this cute little trapezoid on your graph. Now, this is where people mess up because they don't read the sentence, which doesn't make sense to me. But we're just going to go through it anyways. It says we have to do what first? We have to go left 7, down 3. Boop. Because it says then, meaning after, then you'll rotate it. So first, we're going to take our little trapezoid, and we're going to go left 7, and we're going to go down 3. So take a second, make your new trapezoid. If you haven't done so, left 7. So it should look exactly the same. It just literally went to the left and went down. So once you have your coordinate, does anybody know where W prime is at now on my graph? Negative, no. -3 and 3. Because you have to go down. You're going left and you're going down. The next coordinate point says it's X. So where's X at? -5, 3. And then Y prime, -6, 1. And then Z prime, -2, 1. Okay, so if you were going to write the rule for this, the translation notation rule, what mathematically would you write in parentheses to represent you going left 7 and down 3? No. X minus 7 and Y minus 3. So on your EOC and even on your test, you will have to type that in. So that's like the translation notation rule. It just means like, what did you do? You could technically just do the math and get those same exact coordinate points, or you could graph it and go to the left and go down. Okay, so then the next thing, because it says, and then, which means after, it's the second part of the sentence, okay? We're gonna rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise. So if I go 90 degrees, counterclockwise, CCW, counterclockwise, what is the rule for 90 degrees counterclockwise? -Y X. So you are not using, a lot of people on the quiz that we took messed up on the 2-step one because they used the original to do something. Once you move the original, you're using the coordinate points you just made to rotate or reflect or whatever you're doing. So the first step I'm going to do, think about it as 2 separate steps. I'm going to flip the coordinate first. So all I'm going to do is flip every single coordinate. So W double prime, I'm just going to flip it for now. X double prime, I'm just going to flip it for now. Y double prime, I'm going to flip it for now. So all I did was flip it so far. What is the second thing I have to do to the coordinate? Change the sign specifically just to the front. So if I look, it says Y is negative. I think people get messed up on this because they're like, the Y has to be negative. So like that should be positive because this is positive. Think about it as literally you're flipping and then this is changing in the front. So I'm going to change every single sign only in the front. So this becomes negative, this becomes negative, this becomes negative, this becomes negative. If it was negative, it would become positive because you can either be positive or negative. Unless you're 0, then you're neutral. So bottom left, because this is your double negatives. So we're going to end up over here. And if you think about it, 90 degrees counterclockwise is to the left, technically 1 quadrant. So I started here. So I'm spinning the red one and it's going to end up right here. So take a second, plot your points. Can you get what? Yeah, you can. Are you infected? No. Oh my God, that's terrible. Did it just happen? What kind of chip were you eating?
Dorito.
Oh, those are so good. I love Doritos.
What that?
What kind? The Cool Ranch?
Cool Ranch.
They were spicy. Yeah, well, Cool Ranch is kind of spicy, but it's like cool. It's like, oh, what?
Oh, the spicy nacho? Yes, but they were the blue bag.
I don't know.
Cool Ranch spicy. What?
Okay. And then just shade in your final image so that way, and please make your graphs because like that's how I can check it really fast is if you do the graph. If you're just writing a bunch of numbers, I'm good at remembering like one number, like X is 5, not like 12 numbers. Okay. So just make sure you make your graph so I can glance at it real fast. I'm like a class girl. I just like the nacho cheese ones, but I love Cool Ranch as well. But also I'm like,
Can I pull up a picture of the bag? Like, I don't know.
where? No.
It's
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, let's do number 2. Number 2 is the last one we're going to do together because this is not terrible. It's nothing new. It's just combining things. So example 2, we're going to plot triangle ABC. So take a second, make triangle. B is at -4, -3. C is at -6, 1. So your original triangle should look something like this. So you got your coordinate points. What is the first thing we must do? Thanks, because that makes sense because it's the first thing you read. So you have to reflect over that first. So is that a horizontal line or is that a vertical line? No, you're wrong. It's vertical. So it is opposite of the axis. So think the x-axis runs this way. X equals a number is always going to be vertical. So think about it as you're going on the x-axis to -5. You're putting a little dot there, and then it would not make sense for me to put a horizontal line because that would be x-axis. I'm going vertically through it because every single x value on this line is technically -5. You could go over -5 and go up 2, up 7, up 12. All the x values are -5. Okay, so now how do you do a reflection across that line? You have to count. So you're going to go left, right, right, left.
So would C be X? And then would C? 4.
Yes, because if you look at C, she said it's -4, 1, which is correct. C is technically 1 to the left of my orange line. So I'm going to go 1 to the right of my orange line.
So basically.
So B is 1 to the right. So B is going to be 1 to the left. And then A is 4 to the right of the line. So it's going to go 4 to the left of the line. This does not have a rule. 1, 2, 3, 4. This does not have a math rule. There is no technically rule for this. You have to use the graph. So where it says rule, I'm just going to cross it out because there is no rule for this. When you reflect over x equals -5, you have to use the graph.
It's the same.
So where is A prime at now? Good. Where is B prime?
B prime is at
-6, -3, and then C prime? -4, +1. Okay, so now the next thing, because it says, and then, which means after, then we're gonna rotate it. So now we're gonna spin it and we're gonna go 180 degrees. Why did it not say clockwise or counterclockwise?
Because it can go.
Because it literally doesn't matter because you can go either way and you're gonna end up in the same spot. So if I go rotating 180 degrees, what's my rule? -x, -y. So once again, you're not using the original coordinate points. You translated it once. So now you're using the new coordinate points to make it again. So let's start with A double prime. Where is it at? Positive. No,
Wait,
you don't flip it.
9.
9, -2. He's like, that's what I said the whole time. I got nothing. Go get some toilet paper.
I think it's kind of great.
Yeah, that would hurt your nose. Yeah. Go just bring a like little thing back. Like bring a, yeah, that's what I mean. So this one, 180s is nice because you do not have to flip the coordinate. You just change the sign. If it's positive, it's negative, negative, now it's positive, okay? It is a little toasty. So I'm going to plot the points and I'm going to shade it in so that we can easily see which one is my final image. I know it's not cute, but it is correct. What the heck? Oh, I plotted that wrong. Where's my whiteout? She's just going to get some toilet paper for her nose. So make sure you just shade in your final answer. Do, 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 do. What? I think A is plotted wrong on your graph. I think you did the same thing as me. You went over 9 and up 2. See, I had to white it out. But it's 9, -2. Check your A. Look at where your A is. Yeah.